Welcome to episode 226 of the Prosperity Practice. This is Danielle Amos. I am your host, and this is the podcast that has you living your best life. So, it's been a while since we've had a new episode, and I wanted to talk to you about when things don't make logical sense and you have a feeling and you follow it. So at the moment, I'm studying quantum leaps, and this is the theme in the Success Society, which is our container where we have high level achievers all going after their goal, and they're with me for 6 months or 12 months. It's also the theme in the Success Society, Success Club, which is our introduction. It's only $2 a day, and I'm in there riffing, and there's a ton of value, over $10,000 of programs in the back end. So both of these containers are extremely valuable and very different. And we are studying quantum leaps, Momentum May, it's called. And we've been called to look at the activities we're doing and what needs to change and where we find the most joy. And what I noticed is I love riffing, which I've been doing in the Success Club. Every single day, there is a live message, a live mini teaching from me. And each month we compile them and put them into one audio that's an hour and a half to 2 hours long. Huge, huge value. It's like a mini class, if you will. And I love riffing, and that's what I love about the podcast. And there comes a point where there's a feeling where I have to. So, not that I get to, it's like I feel obligated. And that had come to this podcast space where I felt like, when I'm on a roll, there is content coming out here, and I'm so grateful. And then when it becomes this feeling of I have to, I've promised myself that that's not the way that my life's designed. My best life is that I feel inspired and I get to show up. And so I follow what is a hell yes for me. So this is a lot about my human design as well. I follow what it really lights me up. And right now, the Success Club and the Success Society are lighting me up. We have an event coming in June called Wealth Mastery. It's actually a free event, and then we've got VIP tickets. You can join us. This is lighting me up. I want to talk to people who are serious about becoming their millionaire version of themselves. I want to talk about money, normalize money for women, get it in the hands of more women. We've had over 24 millionaires graduate from our Success Society. And I share this because this is the reason for the gap in the Prosperity Practice podcast. And so what I promised myself is that I would come in here and record episodes when I'm inspired and not to force myself to do anything. And this is a huge lesson because one, force negates, and it doesn't attract the listeners, because you can feel it, but you can also feel when I'm in my flow and I'm absolutely loving it. And it doesn't make a lot of sense because thousands of you listen each week to this podcast. And for me to all of a sudden not do it or not have new episodes doesn't make a lot of sense to someone looking on the outside. And I've got to trust where my energy is going and where that light in my belly fired up feeling is coming from. And so I'd like to model this for you. I'd like you to notice in your life where you're doing things because you feel like you have to. And is it true that you absolutely have to? Or have you taken on some kind of external expectation, maybe one that you've put on yourself or society's put on you, other people have put on you? And how does it feel when you do that task? And is there any way, what would it look like if you didn't do it? If you delegated, deleted, or delayed it? So at the moment for me, I'm not sure what's happening with the podcast. Um, I have a very special consultant working with me on public relations and marketing, and she is going to review all of this. And it's not going to be from logic. If the strategies developed from like what lights Danielle up, where is her energy most effective, and where does it make sense to put her energy? No, I'm talking third person, it's about me. And these are the questions that I'm being asked. And so you may have missed these podcast episodes. And if that's true, send me a message. Let me know that you've come in and there haven't been new ones. I did share that where you can hear me riffing every day is in the Success Club. So there are thousands of you that come to this podcast space every week and download episodes every single week. You're so loyal, and I'm so grateful. And we invite you for just $2 a day, where you get a riff every single day, a daily dose of Danielle wisdom in the Success Club, not to mention all the self-study programs, the accountability, the like-minded people in that club and as a resource, not to mention all those bonuses, journal prompts. There's so much for just $2 a day. So my question is, are you willing to invest less than the price of a coffee to continue these conversations where I'm so fired up? Or do you want to wait and see what happens with the podcast? So I'll keep you in the loop. As I feel inspired, we'll put new episodes. And I wanted to be transparent and very clear that it's things change. And I've got to trust and follow the feeling of well-being, excitement, so much gratitude, enthusiasm. It's a great word. And so use this as an example. I would use this in your own life to ask some very important questions. And here's the thing, like in my mind, it's like, no, I'm disappointing all these people. We have such a good thing going with thousands of you listening every single week. Doesn't make any sense. And I've got to trust. I've got to trust my gut. I've got to trust my intuition. And who knows, maybe in 2 months, there's a complete rebrand and a complete rebirth of this as well. That's also possible. Staying open is key. And trusting yourself is key. I swear that's a tattoo on my arm. Trust yourself. Oh, so where in your life could you trust yourself a little more? When it goes against logic, when it doesn't make sense, when others may be counting on you, but you know that change is necessary. And here's the thing, change is inevitable and personal growth is a choice. And in order for you to have a quantum leap in your life, you've got to trust yourself and stop doing most of the things you're doing. Stop being the way that you're being. And so there's a moment of change. There's realization. And that's what's been happening for me. It's just like things that no longer are a match for this next stage are moving out of my life. Relationships, habits, the way that I've been feeling and talking to myself, things that I've done for a very long time are shifting. And this is a key component to a quantum leap. So I invite you, register for our June 21st event. It's an online virtual experience mixing money mindset with self-image and identity, calling out your millionaire version of you. We're launching the Millionaire Method. And it's like an experience, not like an experience you've ever been on with me or I believe anyone else. I've really curated it to be hands-on application. So it's going to be amazing. And also join us in the Success Club and the Success Society. You get the Success Club plus our daily study clubs, 2 sessions every week where we have live. So I do a weekly webinar and a Q&A, and it's like a power session. Really, really valuable. Not to mention you've got the program that we actually guarantee to change your paradigm. We guarantee that you'll earn double your investment within 12 months if you follow the program exactly, or I pay you double. So it's a risk-free program. Lots of love. We'll see you inside. And here's the thing, I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear the value you're getting in the podcast, in the rifts, for those of you in the Success Club. Share with me. I love you and I love hearing your feedback. Have a great day and expect abundance.